How many people think that Nick Foles has been a failure outside of Philadelphia? He's been pretty successful in Philadelphia, right? Will we not agree? Guy's been a star in Philly. He's been a star. I want to show you what career decisions do to careers. I'm going to get to Kelsey here in a minute now. Please hit the like button, guys. All right. How many people think that Nick Foles has been a failure outside of Philadelphia? He's been pretty successful in Philadelphia, right? Will we not agree? Guy's been a star in Philly. He's been a star. I want to show you what career decisions do to careers. Okay? I'm going to show you what a career move can do to your career. Okay? How do you look at Foles? Do you think he's a stiff? Okay? Well, no, because chalk it up sports. I'm gonna make a point to you. Okay? I'm gonna make a point to you about Nick Foles. Watch this, Ian. So Jeff Fisher coached him at one time. Am I right with the Rams? Jeff Fisher, who's maybe one of the worst talent evaluators at the quarterback position for any coach in history. Thank God he had Steve McNair, because outside of Steve McNair, I don't know how he's got a job in the USFL. Look at what he was doing with the Rams. They bring in Sean McVay. They made Jared Goff a star. So this guy was coached by one of the worst head football coaches of all time. This is Nick Foles. Here, watch the guys. You know, we talk about Jalen Hurts being coached. Watch this. Even Xander's got to love this one. Watch this. So here's who Nick Foles has been coached. Jeff Fisher, one of the worst head coaches of all time. He's a media darling, whatever. Who was his coach when he took that deal in Jacksonville? Who was that coach? Who was the coach in Jacksonville? Who was the coach? What was it? The old line guy? What was his name? It wasn't Urban. Who was the guy that was the coach there? The Syracuse offensive lineman. Doug Marrone? Was Doug Marrone his coach? Doug Marrone. So Jeff Fisher and Doug Marrone. Okay. Jeff Fisher and Doug Marrone. Who was Nick Foles' coach in Chicago? Matt Nagy? Just got fired, right? For a nobody. Uberfluss? So outside of Philadelphia, are you really telling me that Nick Foles has been coached by shitball Jeff Fisher, Doug Marrone, Matt Nagy? Oh, Chip, and Chip Kelly. Couldn't get out of his own way. At least Jalen's been coached by Lincoln Riley, Nick Saban, and Doug Peterson. Now he's got Sirianni. Look who Nick Foles has been coached by. Jeff Fisher, Doug Marrone, Matt Nagy, Chip Kelly. And the time he had a great coach, okay? And Doug Peterson. He won a Super Bowl. And he had Frank Reich behind him. Look at the coaching that he had with those two dudes compared to the shitballs he had over here. All I'm saying is he took that money in Jacksonville, and that's all it was, because it was a career nail in his coffin. Now he's looked at as a backup. Now he's looked at as a substitute teacher. When in theory, who knows what he could have been? Who knows if the Eagles had said this? They got rid of Wentz anyway. Let's go with Foles. What that would have led to. Who knows? There could have been multiple Super Bowls, multiple winning with Doug and with Nick. Okay? I always stand up, Kyle. Sitting down is for lazy people. Matt Nagy. W2. Am I right when I say this about Nick Foles? This guy's had shit coaching around him. Okay? This guy's had crappy coaching. Matt Nagy. Hey, W2, I don't even know why I do it that way. Matt Nagy. I don't know. Okay? I don't know why, man. Chip Kelly. Matt Nagy. Doug Marrone. Man, this guy's had some winners in his life. One ring in this city. Love you, Nick. That's Xander. Can you imagine if they would have given him the team? Okay. How many people look back on that move and go, how many people thought that Howie should have given Nick Foles the team? Matt Nagy. How many people thought, were you in the camp? I went like this. I will not lie to you. And this isn't Monday Morning Quarterback. I swear to God, I went, so you're going to get rid of a guy who won you an NFC championship and a Super Bowl and the MVP, and I'll play Brady for a guy in Carson Wentz because you drafted him high. You know, Howie could have went like this. Well, look what happened in Washington. After RG3 got hurt, Kirk Cousins took over, and Kirk Cousins was actually the guy. I think he was a fourth rounder. Howie could have said, well, I did draft a guy, because he did draft Nick Foles. Charles says, I lose sleep over that, Silz. Sometimes the grass isn't greener for quarterbacks when they move. We've seen it before. Quarterbacks go other places. They don't win. Not everybody's Brady or Stafford. We see a guy go to a place and just completely shit the bed. I told Ike Reese to let Wentz go for Foles. He called me crazy. You're not crazy. Sean says, I love Nick Foles, but his injuries. But I would have kept him as the backup. But his contract was up. And look at the money he got from Jacksonville. It was almost like a Super Bowl payment, wasn't it? For what he did. I gotcha. Matt Nagy. I have no idea. You know what you've done now, W2? You've made me now. I'll be saying that in my sleep tonight. Matt Nagy. Ron says Foles is too hot and cold. You mean like Joe Flacco? How about this? Who do you think was a better quarterback, Joe Flacco or Nick Foles? If you had to have one of those two quarterbacks, who would you choose? I'd take Foles. Okay? Rico, that's a great take. Howie holds on to his – Howie, there lies the difference between Howie Roseman, Jimmy Johnson, and Bill Belichick right there. He does. And he not only holds on to his mistakes too long, But you know what else he does? Okay, he tries covering them. Now watch this. They go out and get A.J. Brown. Everybody's going to go like this now about Jalen Reagor. Until Justin Jefferson comes to town in week 2. Hey, man, Howie hates that the Vikings are on the 2022 schedule because he'll be reminded all week of that. So, hey, all I'm saying is that here's the number that's being thrown around for Justin Jefferson. Their starting contract, okay? Okay? You ready? $26.5 million per 3-year deal. 26.5 is what they're talking for Justin Jefferson per season. Okay? 26.5. It's because he stopped saying, hey, $26.5 million per year over 3 years with a team-friendly option. Okay? This guy's going to be paid more money than the guy in Miami and the guy in Buffalo and the guy in Las Vegas. Williams says he takes a step back. Why would he take a step back? The new coach is an offensive-minded guy. Mike Zimmer wasn't. Why would Justin Jefferson and the Vikings take a step back when they've upgraded the team? Actually, they're my dark horse team in the NFC, and over in the AFC, the Chargers are my dark horse team to do some damage in both conferences this year. Dalvin Cook's got to be healthy. If Dalvin Cook is healthy, Justin Jefferson could have a Cooper Kupp season. And I know the sorry-ass Kirk Cousins that everyone says is sorry could probably throw for his 7th 4,000-yard passing season. Okay? 26.5. And get this, they may wrap that deal up by week 2, which is the home opener. In Philly. Man, 26.5. They would obviously extend it on his rookie deal, and there would be escalators because he's still on that rookie contract. Wow. Man, 26.5. And Howie wouldn't have had to pay $100 million for AJ. Think about that move financially for the Eagles too. Okay? He'd be working with a rookie contract right now with Justin Jefferson. He'd be working on that rookie deal still, and you'd be negotiating probably a team-friendly deal to keep him in Philly, and you would have been able to work a hometown cooking deal. And you'd have one of the top 3 receivers in the league. And you could spend money on a quarterback or go into the draft next year. Sandman says Kirk Cousins is the white Dak Prescott. Okay. Same kind of talent. I think Minnesota has better talent than Dallas does. I think the Minnesota Vikings with Thielen and with Jefferson and with Cook and with Cousins, I think that's a better offense than the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. I'm good saying that. Okay? Yeah. How much does Kirk Cousins make? I think, if I'm not mistaken, Eastside Monster, I think he signed, was it a 4-year, $84 million contract when he left Washington? I think it was something like 87 or 84 million, if I can remember right. It was something in that conversation. By the way, that contract now is under market value. It's under market value now. Okay? Yeah, and Reyes, I never thought about it, but Dak and Cousins put up big numbers. Minnesota's got better people, though. Okay? Minnesota's got better people. Yeah. Yeah, but Smile, I also don't think the Cowboy O-line is what it was 3 years ago. Okay? I don't think the Cowboy O-line, they've lost guys and they're older. Zach Martin's not the same player he was 3 seasons ago. Okay, so I think that dynamic has closed more, and I think the wide receiving core in Dallas, watch this, CeeDee Lamb and the guy that's hurt, that they got to wait until October to get back, and an overhyped and overrated Zeke Elliott. Right? I mean, I think Minnesota's got a better offense. How many playoff yards? I don't know that. I'll look that up. Yeah, Michael Gallup. They got to wait until October, I think it is, before they get that dude back. Charles, can you believe that? $26.5 million contract extension. They're now talking to his people. He's averaging over 1,500 yards a year in his first 2 seasons. He's got 3. You can say whatever you want about Kirk Cousins. Somehow, Justin Jefferson has 3,000 receiving yards. You could say all you want how much Cousins sucks. Jefferson doesn't. Jefferson's got 3,000 yards and 17 touchdowns. Okay? And 292 catches. This guy's almost got 150 catches a year. That's freaking unbelievable. That's unbelievable. This guy's averaging 145 catches. Is that right? Got 292 catches in 2 seasons. That's a freak show. By the way, Jerry Rice didn't do that. I think maybe the only other guy possibly to do that has got to be Randy Moss. By the way, when everything's said and done, this guy may break Randy Moss's Vikings records, all of them. He may break all of them. He may just break every single one of them. By the way, don't forget, Gary Cobb, Fox 29 Philadelphia. He'll be at the bottom of the second hour, and we'll get his thoughts. We got a boatload of questions for him. So all good there. Please hit the like button, guys. Do me a favor. Check out my friends at Morgan & Morgan, where the fee is free. That means this. They don't get paid unless you do. Picking an attorney is one of the most important things that you can possibly do. And if you're hurt or injured on the job, Morgan & Morgan is there for you. For the people, it's not a slogan. It's who they are. It's what they do. When size matters the most, when you're talking about going into a courtroom, Morgan & Morgan is the biggest casualty law firm in the United States of America. Nobody's bigger, and no case is too small. This is what Morgan & Morgan does, my friends. They do this. For the people, like I said, it's not a slogan. It's who they are. For the last 30 years, they've collected over $13.5 billion in settlements for their clients. You heard me right. $13.5 billion they've collected for their clients. If you have been hurt or injured on the job, these are the people to call. With over 800 attorneys in offices in Philadelphia, New York, in Florida, all across the country, Morgan & Morgan is there for you to get the job done. There's no such thing as a fender bender when it comes to Morgan & Morgan. The call is free, 800-512-1600. That's 800-512-1600. The consultation is free, 800-512-1600. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they are open. And when you call Morgan & Morgan, do me a favor, tell them Big Silz sent you.
Many times when people are injured at a place of business, they don't realize they may have a case. The fact is, injuries should not happen. And most of the time when someone is injured, someone is at fault. Maybe the store manager installed a cheap, slippery floor, or there wasn't proper security. After an injury at a hotel, restaurant, store, or any place of business, it's so important to call us. Time matters, size matters. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.